What's up, guys? GSF here, back with another video. If this is your first time watching me, I just started this channel, and the goal for this channel is to basically just document my journey into the world of gold and silver stacking. I kind of went into it a little bit more in depth in my first video of the reason behind why I wanted to stack gold and silver. Mainly it is for just wealth management, diversity, diversifying my portfolio as far as where all my money's at and stuff like that. So I'm brand new into this world, but I kind of fell in love with it really quickly and started doing a little bit of research. I wanted to pick up a first couple of pieces. These are the pieces, the first ever pieces that I ever picked up, and I'll do a brief overview of what those were from the first video. And then I actually was able to go to a coin show this past weekend. It's called the Texas Coin Show in Grapevine, Texas. I had never been to a coin show before. I had no idea what I was walking into. And man, it was an awesome experience. I'm sure I'm going to post some stuff on my shorts, but just the whole atmosphere, the experience, the pieces that I got to leave with, everything was awesome. Definitely going to be going back. I was able to do some networking. I got some dates for some future shows. I got some dealers that said that they'd be more than happy on kind of teaching me the ropes and being available to me as a resource in the future. And so that was a really, really cool experience that I'm glad I got to do. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of jump into a brief overview of the first couple of pieces I got, and then I'm actually going to show you guys all the new pieces I got from that Texas coin show. So just a brief overview again. This is that large cent or that large penny that I got. This is just, it's pure copper. The reason I got this is because one, the cents, the pennies are no longer being manufactured, so I figured that might be cool to have kind of a penny. But also there have been kind of a few people here and there that say that copper might be used more and more in the precious metals world, and so I may not stack a lot of copper, but I did want to have just a little bit of it just in case, just to have some diversity in the precious metals. So there's that. I got my mercury dime here. These were from, I believe, 1962 to 1965. These are 90% silver dimes. They don't make them in the silver anymore. Today's dimes are no longer silver. So this is a way that you can have what you call fractional silver. Basically mean less than an ounce. It's easily, if you're using it for bargaining or trading or anything like that, or not bargaining, barter or trade in the future, it's a lot better to have smaller pieces like this rather than having to break up your large 1 ounces or your 10-ounce bars or whatever you got. So I wanted to get a little bit of this. I'm definitely going to be getting more of these in the future. I'm just kind of trying to dip my hand in a lot of the different styles and types of silver. So this is one mercury dime, like I said, 90% silver. This one was made in 1964. Awesome piece. Same kind of goes with these. These are called Liberty half dollars. Very, very cool. Both of these are really insane because if you see the dates on them, one is 1907 and one is 1920. So both of these coins are over 100 years old. And because of that, they're almost completely flat. They've been worn and touched and circulated for so much, or for so long, that they're almost completely flat. And I think that's really, really cool just to know that I'm holding, not only a coin, but there's so many stories that these coins have probably seen and gone through, and so many hands they've passed through, and I think that's really, really cool. Also, they're just really beautiful pieces, honestly. Like the design and the stamping on them is just really cool. So I want to get a couple more of these. These are going to be another thing that I stack more of in the future. But I just want to get my hands on a couple just to start the stack. This one, like I told you guys last time, is probably going to be my favorite piece of all time, or at the very least, one of them. This is a Disney 100-year anniversary full 1 troy ounce silver bar. Has the Steamboat Willie stamp in the name. Has the Walt Disney little stamp there, and the Disney 100 piece on the back, and then just kind of some more information on the mint, and 1 ounce 999 fine silver, obviously. So this is a piece that I'm going to hold on to for a very long time. I love Disney. I love this piece, and I'm very, very lucky to have that in the stack. So with that being said, I'm going to go into the pieces that I was able to get from the coin show. Starting with, I got a couple of silver bars. So I got this silver bar here. Again, these are just kind of your basic 1 troy ounce silver bars. Some people prefer to collect bars. This one has some tinting or some, I can't remember the right word for it right now, but basically just wear from moisture or from just being in the air, which that is very, very common for silver. So that's nothing to be worried about. Doesn't affect the value of it or anything like that. But yeah, this is just, some people like to collect bars, some people like to collect coins or rounds. I wanted to get a little bit of both, just like I said, have some diversity. So this is a 1 troy ounce 999 fine silver, has the buffalo on that side, and then has the Liberty Indian head on the other side. Really cool piece there. Got another one here. This one actually came in a hard plastic case. Again, same deal. That's just my finger. Another, 1 troy ounce bar here. Has it's called the Silvertown LP. I'm not entirely sure what silver, I'm sure that's the mint that this was made, but it's a really cool piece because if you see, has the mule, has the guy with the pickaxe, looking like maybe he's going to go mine some silver or something like that. I thought that was a cool piece, and I wanted to get a couple of bars to add to the collection. I'm not entirely sure if I want to collect bars or rounds or coins yet, so that'll come with time and as I kind of get into my stacking journey and what I end up preferring. So a couple of bars. Got these as well. These were kind of more just memento. You know what? I'm actually going to show. I also got several rounds. Now these rounds are all so cool. So many companies, so many private mints make rounds, and they all kind of have their own designs and they have their own style of doing things. And so I got several different pieces. Every one of these is different. And I just thought they were all really cool designs. These are all, again, 1 ounce silver. So these are all going to be just 1 ounce a piece. So this is going to be 5 ounces of silver right here. I'm going to start with the bottom pieces and kind of work my way up. So this first one here is the Eternal Vigilance piece. It's a really cool one. It has the Don't Tread on Me snake on the front of it there. Really just cool kind of American piece here. Thought it was a very cool, the Don't Tread on Me was what kind of drew my eye to this one here. Super cool. Has the eagle, the standing eagle on there with the olive branch in its talons. Really cool piece there. I have this one here. This is another one. This is from the Sunshine Mint. I'm assuming it's in California. This one's cool because all these little ridges here, if you get into the stacking world, you'll realize that all of these coins or all these rounds have a lot of security features built into them that aren't necessarily the most obvious security features. And one of those security features is these kind of ridges and these rays that are coming out of this coin. It all depends on the spacing between the rays, how many rays there are, stuff like that. So something like this, yes, it looks cool, all the rays coming behind the eagle and everything, but that's also a security feature to make sure that no one's counterfeiting, no one's making fakes and trying to sell them off or pawn them off as real pieces. So really cool. I like how obvious it is to see the security features on that one. The next one here, this is probably going to be one of my favorites. I absolutely love this. This is an Aztec piece. So it has like the Aztec head there. And then on the back, it has an Aztec calendar. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's absolutely so much detail in this piece. Like, it has a full Aztec calendar on it, or Mayan calendar, whichever one. Very, very cool, very intricate. A lot of people collect these for the detail that is in this one, and I'm one of those people. I saw it and I thought, wow, that is a really cool piece, and I would love to have it. If I can find more of these, I definitely probably will be grabbing some more. Very, very pretty, very, very cool piece, and again, lots of security features that are kind of built in that are not going to be really seen by the naked eye. So very glad I was able to get that piece as well. Here's another one. This one actually has Trump on it, which is pretty cool. Has the White House on the back. I wanted to get this one just to kind of, Trump being our president now, stuff like that, I wanted to make sure that I had a coin that was from this era. I'm sure that in the future, if there are other presidents on coins, that I'll be grabbing those as well. But this one has Trump raising his right hand, taking that oath, and then it has the White House on the back. Thought that was a really cool piece just to kind of signify the times that we're in. And then this one's an interesting one. This one's come from Envela, which is so weird because they actually made a COVID coin. So these coins were made during the COVID time. This one specifically was made in April 2020. So this is right after the shutdown. And this has some of the, you know, the COVID virus things. It has the date that it was minted. It has so much on the back, on the bottom there. It says minted during the COVID-19 pandemic. So I saw that one and I was kind of blown away that they even made silver coins that were, you know, kind of showing off the COVID era, because that was a wild era for all of us. So I picked that one up just out of simple curiosity of having a COVID memorabilia piece, really. So thought that was cool. So those are going to be my 5 rounds. Again, each one of those are 1 troy ounce rounds. And then I also picked up some what are called actual coins, which these are going to be made from actual government mints. So these coins here, these rounds, do not hold any monetary value other than the silver that they are made out of. So, you know, if you like these right here, this is a 50-cent piece. So this has a 50-cent monetary value on top of whatever the silver value it is. These do not have that. These don't have any kind of monetary labeling on here, so you can't trade these in for $1. This isn't a dollar coin, nothing like that. These are called rounds. I did pick up some coins which do have monetary value. So these are made by the U.S. Mint, or this one was made by the U.S. Mint. This is a very popular one. This is a buffalo. You can see why they call it a buffalo there. Golden State Mint. This one is a $1 piece, I believe. So I wanted to pick up a couple of the actual ones that do have monetary value, because some people prefer to collect these over the rounds. This is a really cool one. This is a very, very common one. I just wanted to add one to the collection just because of the fact that I wanted to have some diversity, so that's cool. And then this one I think is so pretty. It's gorgeously shiny. This is a Canadian maple leaf, and look at how pretty this one's actually 4.9 silver, so it's a little bit more pure than the 3.9 silver. 3.9 silver is way pure enough, but 4.9 silver is just kind of the cream of the crop here. So this one is a Canadian maple leaf. Again, has all of the same 1 ounce, you know, labeling, stuff like that, but look at how shiny this one is compared to some of the other ones. It's just very pretty. On the back here has the Queen on there, has her birth date and her death date there on the left, Queen Elizabeth. And then if you see, this one says it is a $5 piece. This one was minted in 2023, so that's why it's so shiny. Only a couple of years old, hasn't really seen many hands. So very cool piece. I want eventually, there's a 5 ounce version of this coin, a 5 ounce, and it's, you know, it's like huge compared to this coin. I really want to get one of those 5 ounces eventually, but this will tide me over for now. I love the way the maple leaf looks on there, so definitely wanted to get my hands on that. Very cool. And then I also got a couple of pieces. These are not really so much for the monetary value as they are for just the family value. I got some pieces from each of the years of all of my kids' births, and also the year of my wife's birth, just to kind of have as little fun memento pieces. They're not very expensive, but they're cool to just have on in the collection. So I'll start with my wife's. The plastic that was on the nickel kind of came apart because it's in 1998, so I put some tape on there. But this is just a nickel, a mint, part of the mint set that came out in 1998. So every year they come out with a new mint set, and you can pick up whole little sets that come with the quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, all the stuff that came out for that year. And this is just the nickel that came from one of those sets. So this is a 1998 nickel from the 1998 set. Set that there. I also got another nickel, again, from the 2015 mint set. This is another nickel for my son's birth year. Again, nothing too crazy about these. These are all going to be your common you know, the nickels that we have and we use every day, these are going to be those. They're just specifically from the year of each of my loved ones' births. So there's that one. I got another one from 2021, which is one of my daughters. Same thing, just a nickel here. Very, very cool. These little MS63 is kind of the grading of it. So this is graded as an MS63. So there are some imperfections and impurities in there. Last but not least, I have a quarter here. My newest daughter, I was not able to find a nickel based on her for her year, so I got a quarter for her year instead. Still a very, very cool piece. Stuff like that is just kind of fun for me to get and just kind of show off my family a little bit in my own eyes. So yeah, guys, this is my kind of my stack from now. So I have my original pieces here, got my copper and my Liberties and my Mercury dime, got my Steamboat Willie, and this is kind of all the stuff that I've added from that coin show. So I got my 5 rounds here that are all different. I got my 2 coins here, the Canadian Maple Leaf and the American Buffalo, and then I got my memorabilia pieces and then a couple of bars. Super cool. Just kind of stack them all together so you can see what we're working with here. Just kind of got all that. Got these here. You know, pretty cool pieces if you ask me. And like I said, this is just the beginning. I'm brand new at this. I'm gonna keep stacking and keep showing you guys. So that's my stack right there. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, like and subscribe so I can keep doing stuff like this, and let me know that you guys are enjoying the content, and I will catch you guys on the next one. GSF is out.